Good day. Yeah, I'm going to do this one in English again because everybody needs to hear what I'm saying. And I'm sitting here in Oudtshoorn. It is very cold. It's raining, and the mountains are full of snow. It is the 11th of the 7th, 2025. This is a message for all South Africans, because this country belongs to all of us. Doesn't matter which color you are. You belong to a tribe, and that tribe has got an historical area in South Africa that belongs to you. Now, we've spoken to many of the kings of the different tribes, and they all into this gathering. Everybody will say to you that their message is the most important message that you've ever heard. But this message is the most important message that you will ever heard or hear. And we need to share it with every fellow South African in South Africa, overseas. If he has ever been a South African, if you had a South African passport or an ID, they need to know about this. They have stolen all our gold, all our diamonds, all our resources, the oil storage facilities there at Saldanha. It is billions and billions of rands that is stolen by the politicians of this country. They've sold it to specific people, and we know to whom they've sold it. They've stolen all the gold from our reserve bank. There's nothing. Our money is worth nothing. Everything we had has been stolen and given to other people. People, all the gold, all the platinum, all the silver, the diamonds, it's gone. It's about, in today's value, 140 trillion rand. In the days it was stolen, it was about 7 trillion US dollars. But as you know, at that time the rand was 1 to 1 with the dollar. Today it's 20 rand a dollar. So times 7 with 20, and you come to round about 140 trillion. You know what we can do with 140 trillion rand? The gross domestic product of this country ain't 5 billion. We can pay off the 5 trillion debt, and we can rebuild South Africa. So it is trillions and trillions of US dollars that must come back. And we can prove it. It is well documented. Money, gold, that kind of thing has got a track. You can follow it. And we know where it has gone. But we cannot claim it back as long as the current government is in charge. Because if they get it, they just steal it again and sell it again. They make double the profit. But we have an option. And this is why I say this is the most important message you will ever hear. If we don't take this option, we're going to sink with the ANC. We must secede the old Cape Province, the kolonie, as it was known 120, 150 years ago. Before the British came here and raped our country and declared war on our people and killed 30,000 of our children. The old Cape land was never colonized. It belongs to the people. It was made part of South Africa when Britain decided to make one country out of 8 different countries. Because that's what South Africa was before 1910. Then we became a union. That will tell you what they did. They made a union, a united conglomerate of the countries here in the south of South Africa, and they've placed their people in charge. Louis Botha and those guys, they were Freemasons. They were chummies with the British. The other very important thing that took place immediately after that, the ANC was formed. Wow! We became a union in 1910. All the countries flocking together. And the ANC was formed. Britain just continued their plans to wipe the white man, the Boer, from this continent so that they can carry on what Rhodes and all those criminals has done. They raped us from our gold and diamonds all these years. They've stolen everything, even up till this day. So already there, Britain continued their plans of the Boer War to wipe the Boers out from the face of the earth and carry on raping South Africa and its resources. Fellow South Africans, we need to break away from this ANC. Governments control and become a sovereign country as the United Cape States, with the old Cape land as the first state, actually the first 4 states, because it's 4 different nations that historically lived in the old Cape province. And then claim back the 140 trillion of gold and silver and all the things that we had. We know who took it, who saved their own banks through this. And then the ANC has stolen another 6 trillion, minimum 6 trillion, 250 billion per annum over 24 years. More than that. So then it's all the packages that they got from overseas that was stolen. This is, if you count everything up, you calculate everything, you will see this is another 10 trillion. And you know what? It's 100 people that have stolen this money. They couldn't have spent it. It is in overseas, offshore bank accounts. We can bring it back. We must just have a sovereign country to take them to court. And with all this money, we can rebuild South Africa to 10 times its former glory and include the other provinces, the rest of South Africa, and Namibia, and Swaziland, and Lesotho, as part of these Cape States. So all the countries in Southern Africa that can become part of this as sovereign states governing themselves, your own people governing yourselves, taking your own decisions. And we will use this money to create the infrastructure, to build desalination plants like Israel did. They are supplying all the water in Israel with 7 desalination plants, and they're supplying water to Jordan. We can do the same here in South Africa. Then we can put up hydrogen electricity plants in the Karoo, all along the rivers, where there's water. Anyway, you use a liter of water to run an engine for hours. So with hydrogen, we can generate electricity for the country for free. But we need to unite as the United States of America is functioning currently. The ball is now in your court. I've told you what we must do, and time is running out. We cannot allow the ANC to carry on like this. They're going to destroy the country. And we need to take hands within the next 2 years to do this. Within 2 years, we can be a sovereign country. Go to www.unitedcapestates.org and get involved. Get on the boat. It is our only way out of this. And don't tell me the ANC won't allow it. They do not have a say. We are using the international courts of Den Haag and using the international laws. We're going to force it down on them through the United States. And we need to do this while Trump is still in office in America. We've got 3.5 years, but we can do it within 2 years. We just need everybody to get involved and get rid of this stupid ANC. Why do you want to be ruled by communists and criminals? We are offering you no taxes, free electricity, free water, and a prosperous country with no inflation. Do you want that? Then please get aboard. The boat is leaving. Please share this message. Please take hands with us. We need finances. If each person just put 100 rand into a pool, that we can get this thing to the court. Because this is basically, we need about another 1 million people to give us mandates. And then we need about another 5 to 10 million rand to finance these court cases in Den Haag. And within 2 years, we can force the ANC out of government, and we can help the entire country, set the whole country free from communism and from thieves, and put competent people in leadership positions, people that has got experience, expertise, and can do the job properly and do it excellently. That's what we need, and we can do it. There is the money, more than we can ever spend. We cannot spend 40 trillion in the next 10 years. What about 140 trillion? Let's do it. For your sake, for your children's sake, and for every person in this country's sake. For our old people that are suffering with the inflation and the food prices and the electricity prices and everything that they have to pay. We're going to cancel all taxes. We're only going to have a handling fee like today's VAT. On every transaction, we're going to have a transaction fee, and that will pay for everything that we need to run the government on. With these trillions, we will provide for the infrastructure. So we've got the answers. It's in your hands. The ball is in your hands. Let's do it.